find the equation of the line. Okay? So the very first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and find the slope. So I'm going to go ahead and label one of my sets of points. And then I can label my second set of points. And now I can use my slope intercept or my slope Okay, so then I get the equation, or I get the slope 5 divided by 2. Okay, so after you find the slope, the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and plug it into your equation. So our equation is y equals mx plus b. And one of the things is that the reason we can plug in points here is because the points are part of the solution, or they exist on the line. So here it looks like we're stuck because we don't know what b is, or y-intercept. But what we can do is we can actually plug in the x value and the y value here. So you can see here that I can just plug in 1 for y, and I can plug in 2 for x. Okay. And so if I solve this, 2 divided by 2 and times by 2 will cancel out, and these will both equal 1. And so this will equal 1 equals 5 plus b. And then I can go ahead and solve for b by subtracting 5 on both sides, and I get negative 4 equals b. So what I can do is now I can plug in my b into my original equation. I've already found my m, which is my slope. And so I can plug these into an equation, y equals mx plus b. I can plug this in here. And then y equals 5 divided by 2x minus 4. Okay. So what I did is I first found my slope. After finding my slope, I plugged in one of the coordinates into the slope-intercept form, including my slope. And then I found the value of b. So a question that you might have is, what happens if I plugged in the other coordinates? What happens if I plugged in the other coordinates? So to answer that, we will just go ahead and solve this. So we have y equals mx plus b. And this time, I'm going to plug in the coordinates 4, 6. So instead, this time I'm going to plug in 6 for y. For m, I'm going to still plug in the same slope. This time I'm going to plug in 4 for x. And for b, I'm just going to assume that we never found it. So I go ahead and solve this. I can cancel out the 2. It becomes 1. So I divide the 4 by 2. That just becomes 2. And I get 10 plus b. And if I subtract 10 on both sides, what you can see here is that I actually get the same value for b. I actually get the same value for b. So then you can see that if I use the same b value, I would get the same equation. I would get the same equation. Okay? So to answer your question on what I would get for my b, I would actually get the same b value, and ultimately I would get the same equation. So it doesn't matter which coordinate you plug in, you should still get the same equation.